Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Well, today I was writing about that transition phase a lot of us is going through. And I spoke from my own heart and experience of this feeling, and which also made me cry yesterday, made me just feel this inner void. And I've been writing this in my latest blog, which is about the quiet before and the calm after the storm. And it's all about us living constantly in this realm between these stormy and sunny periods of our lives and these constant death and rebirth cycles. We are this serpent that keeps shedding the skin, and we are also phoenix who keeps rising and rising higher and higher because it's always aiming for greatness and for new destinations. So I've been doing this writing, and you can read it down below in the description box, about this feeling that something inside me is like dying. And a lot of people feel the same because these are universal cycles. These are cycles that we're all going through. We're all feeling them in our own unique way, but this void will usually feel like not knowing what to do next. When you are within that period of creativeness, you just always know, and you're constantly in tune. So in this period you might feel sometimes that you're not connected, but my beloved said to me yesterday, he said, you're always connected. It just feels that way sometimes because it's time for healing, for self-nurturing, for that shedding off of the old. So the thing is, how do we recognize, for instance, for me, some things that used to bring me joy before now don't anymore, and just feels weird. But it's good to be honest with yourself and admit these feelings to yourself. So I've been really pondering about this, and it's just not the same way. Things have changed. Because how do you really see that? Our feeling is our inner compass. We all have this knowing. So joy is directly connected to our soul guidance. And when we feel joy, we're aligned with our soul. And we don't, we are not. This something that we are doing is not aligned. It doesn't serve us anymore. It needs to be released or let go so we can move forward. So the thing is, this is the easiest way to observe ourselves, in this whole path of ours, and to really know what is there still playing a part, and what is, as I said, being surrendered to the ashes so that the phoenix can be reborn. When you will feel joy, excitement, upliftment for something, you will know that this is your soul calling out for you and telling you this is the right thing for you to do. And really, it is as easy as that. So when we don't always receive this guidance what to do next, what really brings us joy right now in this moment, it is usually a time of that great void of us being in that stillness moment, just allowing the things to come on their own. So it sure is a different feeling. When you're all uplifted and excited and know what to do, and when you're in the void, when you just don't know always. And when the old is dying, we always enter this void. All of us, we just feel it differently. And we don't always know in this void period what to do next, which is what it's supposed to be like. Because in those times, we're to be patient with ourselves, and we are to trust that our higher self knows best for us. Because we're always guided, we're always directed in the right way, and our inner feeling is always our compass, like I said. So a lot of people will ask themselves questions in this period, what to do next, what we are to do now. And the answer is, it's not the same for everyone because we're all individual beings. How we are supposed to act, what is we're supposed to do in order to, get through this period. We don't have to even do anything. We just have to allow it. We have to allow every natural phase to unfold. Like in nature, there are natural phases. If you look at how, for instance, plants are growing, they have these phases of their own, and everything happens in divine timing. Sometimes you might say, oh, this year crops aren't growing as beautifully and as intensely and in that same amount that they used to last year, because things change and they have their cycles. Or sometimes you might grow a certain plant on a different location than you used to last year. You need to, exchange these places where you grow something, because this is what is needed, change. The only constant in the universe is change anyway, and we are the same. We are the same essence of spirit of all. So the common thing, between this difference between all of us, because we're unique, the common thing is You know, these common ingredients are rest, patience, and trust. This is what we all need in these moments. So this is in those silent moments when we actually get to spend time with ourselves, with the self, with the soul. We get new direction, new guidance, new pathways, and it comes in divine timing. We're to trust that, because if you look back at your life, you will see that it always was there. Everything came for you in the right moment, right? We were just not always as patient enough, because we wanted to understand the process instead of just allowing the process to be and unfold naturally. So like I said, we are the serpent, we are the phoenix, but we need to allow this. We just need to know it and allow it. And there is no need to worry. A lot of people also worry, and they write to me about worry, because this is a natural process, and everything always comes to us in divine timing. This is always so. The thing is, we just need to look back sometimes and see the confirmations of this in our own lives. And all we are asked to do is be patient, be silent, to hear the voices, the whisperings of spirit, that gentle nudges, and the guidance, and see the signs and synchronicity that surround us all over, and they direct us on the new path that lies ahead of us. This is all that we actually need, in that time. But before I say a bit more about this, I would like to quote a friend. It's my friend Kate from USA. And she wrote something very beautiful today, which inspired me, because I write myself, and she wrote about writing. And it's the same thing, when a part of you feels like it's changing, you say, I'm dying. Why don't I feel the same passion anymore? Why, you might ask yourself, is something wrong with me? Because a lot of people are going through these changes. The things that they used to make them happy and excited don't anymore, or just maybe in a new way. Because before a new way comes to you, you need to let go of the old energetic way. It doesn't mean that you have to end something, that you have to stop with something that you used to do, but just do it in another form, in another energetic form. So I will read a part of what she wrote, and I'll describe my own feelings about this. She asked herself, why do I write? I asked myself this while driving east this afternoon. My answer began with a little cry, a release of what I was hiding under. I thought the answer was because that is my passion and that is what I do well. No, the cassava, Sky said, reflecting every fiber of my being. You're right, because your writing allows you to be a conduit of healing, light, and spirit. Not very different from your gifts of healing massage and healing piano sounds. The only difference being your writing has the ability to touch more people in a given time frame. Woo, thank you, Kasaba Sky. I needed to hear that, to feel your words cascading through my body as I responded with bodily shaking and clear, hot tears of recognition of this truth. Later, I was feeling about this powerful experience, and got in touch with my motivation to write. It is not a desire to write as much as I must write before I can do anything else in my day, an urgency followed by a gentle calm after the process begins. A thirst more than hunger, as one day cannot go by without my creating. The healing begins the moment the attention is with the creative and the work that follows its pulse. As we heal ourselves, we're able to heal others, which is a profound oneness experience, one heart. Thank you, Sister Kate, for this beautiful message. It was also a message for me, and I believe because I was guided to read it out loud publicly, it was also a message for other people, for many others, because it's not just about writing. It might be something else that you do, but for me, it's writing. And I used to write more than I do now, and I was always feeling, like she says, these pulses of great upliftment. Whenever I wrote, I felt that great I am presence within me. I just felt so directly connected to my being, because I don't channel these entities that some people say they channel, which is always put under the great question mark in my life. But I really tune into and I source my own higher self and my own presence. And when I do that through writing. That is my easiest channel. And everything comes to me, everything makes sense, and I always trust what comes through. Although I was challenged before to trust it or not, I had these inner initiations of my spirit. But the thing is, you see, it's not about us feeling passionate about it and thinking, yeah, because this is our passion, we do it. Because, like my beloved said to me today, when the moment you say it's because I have passion for it, you already put expectation there. It's more about just knowing that whatever comes through you comes through you for a purpose, and it comes in a way that you do it best, because this is the way you heal. We are all wounded healers in a way, the great Chiron, the great wounded healer. archetype, and we all do this in our own way. We are all healers, we are all magicians, we are all divine source beings. So when something old feels like it's dying inside of us, it's not actually dying, it's transforming, it's purifying, it's coming out in a new light. And right now there's so much activity of the intense energies. I've been watching a few videos on this, and they all say the June and July energy was very intense. That August, this is a great uplifting news, is going to be more pleasant, more newness coming, more release, and maybe a lot of us will breathe easily through August. And this was also shown in nature in the weather patterns. Like July here, it's really not typical July weather. It's a lot of rain and very cold. And things just are really changing within us, around us. Everything is changing, and that's sometimes make us confused, and people feel a lot of this confusion. That's why they ask me a lot of these questions. But like I said in my previous video, the questions are for you. They're meant for you to ask yourself. For me, when I experience certain feelings that feel new, I always go within and ask myself, so what am I missing here? What am I not seeing here? What is supposed to come through me now? And the moment you ask that, the answer will come. It will come on the wings of love. It will come in divine timing, and it might surprise you. Because the thing is, new direction, new guidance will always come when we least expect it. If you look back at your life, like I said, you will see that it always came. You were always divinely guided and supported. You were always directed in your path. Because it's not just you. We're all one, and we have amazing divine support everywhere, although we don't always see it and feel it, but it's always there. So I wanted to share this because I feel a lot of this is going on, this collectiveness of this feeling. It's shared because this is a universal cycle, and we're all attuned to these universal cycles. They affect us differently, but we're going through similar processes. They're natural, like in nature, everything unfolds naturally. And the more that you understand this, the more you will know it's just something that is happening, and it will happen either though you want it or not. And remember, you do things because through them you heal. You bring that light of yours into the world, not because you have to or because you're just good at it, because we're all good in many things. But whatever comes through us comes for a reason and a purpose, healing and holding. So thank you for listening. I hope this helped someone, and stay connected. Lots of love. Bye-bye.